The commissions, fees and expenses for Goldman Sachs when 1MDB raised 3 bonds, 3 billion, 1.75, 1.75 billion for 1MDB Global Investments, 1MDB Energy, and another one for 1MDB Energy brackets Langat. Now we all knew that the commissions were very high. On average, it was in excess of 10%. And in the last parliamentary session in November last year, Dato' Ahmad Maslan, Deputy Finance Minister, informed that they were not all fees to Goldman. There were some discounts in the fees that were payable to Goldman that was lumped in there. So what I had asked was very specific. I asked for numbers. I didn't ask for his opinion. I asked for numbers as to what exactly were the fees paid and what is the breakdown between the discounts in the fees. Okay? And the reply tells us the reason why we need a new finance minister who actually understand numbers and the financial markets. Dato' Sri Najib Razak doesn't seem to realize or pretends not to that we have been royally screwed in the bond exercises. And if he is so certain of the reasonableness of the fees, because in his answer he said the fees were very reasonable given the size, time frame, illiquidity as well as the risk of the issuance. That was essentially his answer. Okay? Why is he so insistent on hiding the figures from the public? So the answer that he gave, very short answer, which was, the sentences were structured very badly, but it was a very short answer where he gave the opinion that tak ada masalah, everything was berpatutan, okay, dengan size, terbitan, tempo, ketidakcairan dan risiko kredit. So very reasonable. But what we find when we compare with international norms or even Malaysian norms, it is extremely high. So Tenaga Nasional raised a smaller sum, 350 million, they paid 2%. Penerbangan Malaysia Berhad, they raised $1 billion, they paid 0.5%. But 1MDB, for its 1MDB Energy and 1MDB Global Investment, they paid 11.2% and 9.4%, which is huge relative to what the other companies paid. Now, even if you say Goldman Sachs, big investment firm, so they charge a premium. Now, other funds raised by Goldman Sachs, including companies in Malaysia like Equiza International, they paid 1.3% in fees, while other firms like Apple, as well as the Mexican government, paid only 0.3% and 0.2% to Goldman Sachs. The failure of the Ministry of Finance to address these issues seriously is despicable, as Malaysians have the right to know how 1MDB lost billions of ringgit via such exorbitant commissions, fees and expenses, while now requiring a taxpayer's bailout. We call upon the auditor-general to demand the complete list of investors who bought these bonds via Goldman Sachs and determine if the opaque placements with the hidden discounts were able to make hundreds of millions of ringgit at 1MDB's and ultimately the rakyat's expense.